What's up, everybody? It's your boy P Lot, aka the Brick Slinger, and guess what? Your boy got something to say. First things first, RP to Billy Graham. Uh, prac- I'm gonna say practically one of the realest evangelists of all time. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace. You run your race and you ran it great. I mean, you set the bar for every evangelist that look up to you. So, salute. Now, the thing I want to talk about is dealing with the whole school shooting and gun control. Um, Me personally, as a human being, um, killing is terrible. Shooting someone is bad. It's bad, but shooting the innocent is even worse. And and to do it in a turn a school field, a school into a battlefield to the point where you literally killing innocent people and you have no reason to kill them. It's ridiculous. And as personally, and as a Christian, many people are not going to respect my views whatsoever. But at the end of the day, shooting folks for no reason at all is ridiculous. It's also biblical to make it be known killing people is bad enough, but to shed innocent blood, God hates that. God hates There are many things that God hates. One of them is shedding innocent blood. He hates that. And for those who did that, like, let's keep it a buck. Not too many people not too many people that has been known for shooting up schools are alive to tell the story. And if they are alive and in jail now, you think their lives are being cool? Folks in prison does not even a lot would not even support school shooting in any shape or form. Not even because when there's innocent kids, when there are kids involved, you think you think anybody in prison will accept a killer who shoots kids? They don't even like the idea of kids being abused whatsoever, but to be killed for nothing? For what? Because you're angry? Because you're upset? Or it's in some cases the world would say mentally ill? Come on now. How you gonna be like you can't you how you gonna be mentally ill killing folks? That don't make sense. That don't make sense to be mentally ill and kill kids. Like you really got to be literally out of your mind. You can't be mentally ill. This is what the world calling it, mentally ill. They call shooting kids mentally ill. They call mass shooting mentally ill. And the sad part is and you may not like this come out when it comes to race. If you white and you shooting up a lot of people, that's you mentally ill. But if you black and you shoot one person, you're a thug. This is the world we're living in. We're living in a world where race is a division, cause a division, prejudice cause a division, and and racism is none but a fruit from the branch known as prejudice, and that's connected to the tree known as hatred, which the root and the seed of it all is sin. It's sin. You might not like this. You may not want to hear me even say the word sin because you think I'm judging and stuff like that, but it's the truth. It is the truth that folks are sinning out of their mind, and the more as we as Christians ignore it and don't expose it, the more we letting it grow out. And We talking about school shooting. School shooting. Folks are getting killed in the place where they're supposed to be learning. They're supposed to be studying. And they instead of getting an opportunity to get a good education, whether you agree with it or not, they get shot. They get killed. And the worst thing is the teacher got to be the shield instead of the protector. Cause their job is, once them kids is in their room, they are responsible for their education. Their lives are in their hand as far as education goes. And yet when there's drama in the school, I mean, we too busy practicing fire drills and tornado drills. And when it comes to shooting, all we got to do what? Close doors? Close doors? Most of these doors are not bulletproof. Most of these doors are not bulletproof. Name is like I personally think that teachers should be armed whatsoever, at least trained to defend the kids, their students. They care about these students enough to risk their lives, then they should risk their lives by protecting them by any means necessary, if any type of violence whatsoever. There's a school shooting. We all should be, teachers should be trained to either disarm the shooter, whether if it's what I don't care if it's karate, martial art, whatever, or even have a gun where they can just shoot him in the leg or something. I mean, for crying out loud, why? Oh, this is a prime example of why many people want to use that excuse. God knows my heart, and God let him be known the heart is wicked. He letting it be known that the heart is wicked, and many people are still to this day ignoring the fact that the heart is so freaking wicked. This is what happens when we kick God out of school shooting, as well as many other things that goes on in schools, other than teaching students, getting them an education. You telling me this is the best solution than God? It's like before prayer, before what's so yo, if you ever go see this, there's a movie on Netflix called The Most Hated Woman in America. Check it out. Go check it out and see what's up. Because we see what happens when you kick God out of things. You kick God out of school, school shooting goes down. And one of the best alternative is a sign that says no guns, a gun-free zone. They can't can't do that in no courthouse because they got security so deep that the metal detectors will make it 10 times easier. Can't do that in any other places. You go like ain't no new law is gonna change the things that goes on in these schools or any places. No gun control is going to whatsoever be the solution. Because you can say guns kill people. No. Guns, people, people with guns kill people. And people with guns and also running through their feeling, going with the flow of their own feelings, kill people. Matter of fact, I'll tell you what's worse than a gun. The tongue. Life and death are in the power of the tongue. Boom. That weapon is 10 times stronger than a gun. Cause ain't no way in the world you gonna tell me that we need gun control laws when the Second Amendment tells us that we have the right to bear arms. But the problem is that we see the part that says the right to bear arms, But we don't pay attention to them other words that goes along with that Second Amendment. Just like we talk about freedom of speech, there are some extra words that goes along with that. Because with freedom of speech, you have the right to say what you want to say. But at the same time, you also deserve the right to deal with the consequences of what you say. And that's constitutional, as well as biblical. And the right to bear arms, you have the right to bear arms, but at the same time, you also have the right to deal with the consequences. So you talking about gun controls and gun reform, creating new laws dealing with school shooting and police brutality and all this stuff. Here's a law that people keep forgetting to this day. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not murder. Come on. Let's stop trying to create new laws to break. Because every time these lawmakers make laws, they're the main one that's creating these loopholes and you're not even paying attention to it. You're not even paying attention. Nobody's paying attention to it. Why? Because we want new laws. Why all of a sudden we need new law when the old law wasn't even messed up in the first place? Come on, man. Think about it. You know what? I'm gonna get in a word for you, so y'all can understand that I'm not tripping. Cause some of y'all think I'm tripping. Here's the thing: Exodus 20. Where you at? 2013. Do not murder, and this is from the Holman Christian Standard Bible. Do not murder. That's a simple law. That's a simple law from God. And yet y'all want to talk about new laws, gun control laws. It don't matter if you take guns away from America, the American soil. You're still not going to stop people from killing. Think about it. Just think about it. Folks get killed in prison based upon toothbrushes. They make shanks out of toothbrushes. They make shanks out of pencils. They make shank. That's why they doing as much as they can to avoid any solid option that can be dangerous in the wrong hands. And you talking about gun control? Y'all want to talk about gun reforms? And you got to deal with stupid folks like Joy Byer from I hope I didn't pronounce her name. Old girl from The View. Where she over there talking about any Christian, talking about the vice president when he said that Jesus talked to him, and you gonna throw shots at that man because he believes Jesus talking to him, and you want to call him mentally ill? Chick, your jokes are not. Your sarcasm sucks. Your sarcasm sucks. Tell you if this ever gets to the point where it gets on The View, cool. This woman's sarcasm sucks. You gonna talk about. So you basically gonna say that every Christian that believe that Jesus talking to him is crazy. Sherry Shepherd ain't no better. She supposed to be a Christian and she over there making jokes too. Again, so what? If you don't like the vice president, that's cool. But to take a shot at that man's faith like that on national TV? Get on somewhere, man. You giving folks more opportunity to go against the Christian, whether you accept it or not. Disagree if you want to. Now, I ain't got no problem with you disagreeing, but to take shot at people's faith like that, and you don't even do this to this Muslim. You don't do that to the Muslims. You don't do this to the Hindus. You don't do that to none of these other religions other than Christianity. You don't even get at the Jews. You don't get at these Jews. And they running the network. Where the folks want to accept no matter what type of Jews you think they are and all that stuff. At the same time, them Jews is running the business. They run ABC. And yet you're going to take shots at Christianity? Man. At the end of the day, man, School shooting, any mass shooting whatsoever is never cool. God doesn't approve of it. Unfortunately, you do. Man accepts it. And for those who be on that whole, where's God at? Where's God at? Y'all kicked him out. We kicked God out of school. Just as much as we trying y'all very best to kick God out of churches. Because you don't want him in the politics. The whole purpose of separation from church and state is for the state to stay away from the belief system. Not the other way around. Not the other way around. But yet, y'all want to talk about where God at and y'all kicked him out a long time ago? So you got to understand something, man. God will allow some things to happen. Doesn't mean but that don't mean he approve of it. He will allow these things to happen to get your attention. Because obviously, you don't want God. You don't want God. You don't want God. You want anything but God. You want that fruit from that tree of knowledge of good and evil. And guess what? Once you get it, and you realize it's not what it's all cracked up to be, instead of repenting, you go keep getting deeper and deeper and trying to find something that's better than that fruit. When something that's better than the fruit is the creator of the fruit. But yet you want to talk about where's God at? God has been waiting for us to repent from junk. That's why he sent us Jesus. That's why he let Jesus die in place of you. You deserve that wrath. We deserve that wrath. But instead, he gave it to his son. And only thing we got to do is believe that his son died for us. And he rose. But instead, y'all want to continue to get that fruit. We want to continue to eat that fruit. Why? Because that fruit looks good, feels good, tastes good. But it keeps hurting us at the end. But you know what? You're probably going to say whatever. You know what? Continue to say what you want to say. The comment board is down below whatsoever. And guess what? It's going to be on my Facebook page. All my pages, from the P-Lot to the Iron Shoppers Iron soapbox. It's going to be all over, man. Because as far as I'm concerned, people want to complain. People want to complain and want to talk about this, that, and the third, but don't want to study and show themselves approved and get into God's word for themselves and know God personally. So they get exactly what they're asking for. And if they ask for nothing, guess what they're going to get? You get what you give, and you get exactly what you ask for. But shoot. You know what? I'm just gonna let y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. And it's up to y'all whether to accept it or not, agree with it or not, whatever the case may be. Your boy P-Lot, aka the Brick Slinger. Guess what? I'm gonna keep doing stuff. I'm gonna keep doing this until it's time for me to go, like my dude Billy Graham. You know what I'm saying? Because he kept the 100 through every time he had the opportunity. He kept the 100 on the pulpit. He kept the 100 on interviews. Whatever the case may be, man. He represent God. He represent the gospel to the fullest, all the way to today. No matter what. So when it's all said and done, man, it's no longer time to be holding back now. It's time to bring that gospel out. It's time to go hard for the Lord. It's time to be on fire for God. It's time to do all this stuff that we said we were going to do, but we never get a chance to spark something. So it's time to do it. You know what I'm saying? Spark that revival up, baby. We get that revival popping. You know what I'm saying? Let's start a revolution up in this mug. Spark up a revival around our homes, and our neighborhoods, our churches, the world, man. We're going to stop playing. We need to stop playing, man. Until then, keep sharpening one another. Support the kingdom. Take care and God bless. Labor words.